Hi, it's Cindy Lee. And who likes to finger paint? Or when you were in kindergarten and your teacher gave you the sponges and you got to create a magical image with a sponge? Or painting by numbers and then they took the numbers away and you had to paint all on your own with a brush? Well, painting is magical and it's a personal choice what you like best. And that is the same way I feel about the tools for makeup application, particularly for your foundation. So today we're going to go through some of these tools. I'm going to tell you what I like about them. It's all about you choosing the tool that works for you. So I'm going to grab a little bit of my foundation, and you know that I like one that's more wax-based. I'm just putting some on the back of my hand. Now I have way more than I would normally use because I'm going to try a bunch of different tools here. Hey Judy, I'm trying to read my little scrolling. Yeah, so I might have to grab my reading glasses to answer any questions that you have. But I've got that on there. I'm warming it up a little bit with my finger because that's what these products like if you're using that wax-based foundation. So when I talk about finger painting, if you are a finger person for applying things, I just kind of put little different marks all around my face as I warm it up. And then from there, you can go about smoothing it out. I always use my middle finger or my ring finger because they're a little less pressure. If you use your pointer finger, sometimes that adds a little bit too much pressure to your skin. So you see how it goes on even, smooth. So you're a finger person, you like to finger paint, that may be the tool that you use. And that one has a very low cost, doesn't it? Okay, so another great tool is a sponge. Now the sponges come in different size, some have a flat, some have a little pointed tip. I'm going to grab my well-loved one over here. I always put a little water on, squeeze it all out so it's just like damp to the touch. You know, you couldn't get any water if you see me squeezing that. I like this sponge, particularly for rolling under my eyes. You can use the flat side for pressing into flatter surfaces. You can see how it's getting coverage. I really like the sponge around my nose and where I have larger pores because I can really press that into those pores to get the coverage I want. See? So sponges may be your jam, and if they are, then go for that. Now, a lot of people like a flat, kind of a stiffer brush. It is a foundation brush. And again, you just put a little bit of your product on there. So I'm going to come up here and I just do little short strokes. Very, very light with the hand. If you go heavy, you can actually maybe see the lines of the foundation with the brushes. But if you have a very, very light hand, because these products are very, very high quality if you get the right formula. So just light brush strokes. I always try to go up. Gravity does enough pulling down, so you want to, it's like go up if you're using a brush. So your jam may be this brush that has a firmer feel to it. Okay, so now another brush you might use is more of a flat rougher brush. Now, what do I like about this? Put a little on there. I like the swirly motion that I can have. It really just buffs out the strokes. You can get a very, very light coverage. And I particularly like this when I'm going outside, when I'm going to be at the beach. I want a very, very light hand, and I think this brush gives me the lightest application. So if you're a person that wants a very light feel, this brush may be the right brush for you. For those of you with larger pores and you like the ability to press product into those pores, this is not going to be quite firm enough for you to press into those pores, or at least I don't feel it's firm enough to be pressing into the pores. So that's another product, another way you can use it, a buffer brush. Now this is just a little bit bigger brush. It's called a stipple brush. And if you like a lot of teens may like a really, really light. This really light brush does the same thing as this flatter brush, and it's the same type of motion that you're going to use, just a very, very light circular type motion on all over your face. So whether you want to finger paint or sponge paint or paint by brush, they all work with foundation. I also have some really great tips for you on how to set your foundation, particularly if you ever have any creasing. I can tell you that it's proven, not just by myself. I gave this talk at a seminar just last week, and one of the women came up the next day and said to me, "Oh my gosh, I tried your tip and it's working perfect for me." So if you want any of those tips, reach out and message me and I can get those right back to you. Now remember, if you like this or you know somebody who would like that, please share this video with them. And if life gives you limes, be the light. Have an amazing day.